Welcome to DWBIADDA channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss about Azure Virtual Network. Azure Virtual Network is the fundamental building block for your private network in Azure. VNet is similar to traditional network that you have operate in your own data center but brings with additional benefits of Azure infrastructure such as scale, availability and isolation. So let's go into the portal.azure.com and see how we can go and create a virtual network. So in the left side menu, I can see the option called virtual network. So let me go and create a virtual network. So if you see that I don't have any virtual network right now, so let me go and create a brand new virtual network. So let me name this virtual network as VNet1 and it expects an address space. So let me go and provide an address space for this virtual network. 192.16. So it provide me an 65,000 address space, or if you want more address space for this virtual network, you can go and reduce the slash. So it is nothing but a CIDR notation to create your address space. So you may get around 1 lakh plus address space to you place. So like for this demo purpose, I will go and create a /16 address space. So I'll be getting around 65,000 address space. And so I'll be going to be creating a resource group for this virtual network. Let me name the resource group as VNet resource group. And I'm creating this virtual network in the East US location, and I will create a default subnet for this virtual network. So let me name this default subnet is as an app subnet. So basically I'm going to create a two subnet here, one for an application purpose and another for a database purpose. So let me go and put an address range for this app subnet. /24. So it is a subnet, so I need a 256 address space out of the 65,000. So, and by default, Microsoft is providing a DDoS protection. A DDoS protection is nothing but your denial of access. So if you want, you can go and select the standard option as well. So the remaining things I will be keeping it as default, and I'll be going to create this virtual network. It will take a while to create the virtual network. If you see, my deployment is been succeeded. So let me go into this refresh this virtual network page. So let me go to the home page and come back to this virtual network and see whether the deployment is succeeded or not. Yeah, I can see the VNet over here. So let me go into that VNet and see if by default I have created an application subnet. So I'll be creating one more subnet for my database. So let me click that subnet option over there and give that this is for an database subnet. So, and I'm giving a 20/24 and will be getting another 251 IP address plus 5 IP address is reserved for the Azure. So if you see that there is a network security group, right now I don't have any network security group. So I'll be going to create a network security group so that I can restrict the inbound and outbound traffic into this subnet. So if you see that I am having a subnet for an application and a database subnet need a specific number of ports need to be enabled to access a database. And if you have an application, so you need a port number 80 or a 443 port number need to be enabled to access your HTTP protocol. So let me go and create NSG. So NSG is nothing but your network security group. So let me create one NSG for my application virtual subnet. So I'll be selecting the same resource group, the VNet RG, and let me name this network security group NSG app, and keeping that in the East US region. And just go and create this network security group. If you see that my network security group deployment is been completed, let me go into the network security group, and let's see that by default Microsoft provides some inbound security rule and outbound security rule. So if you see that we have a priority over there, so lower the priority, higher the lower the number, higher the priority. So if you see that there is a denial of all inbound and denial of all outbound. So and we have an allow internet outbound. So it will be allowing all your internet access to the outbound. And if you see here, denial of all inbound, and we'll be allowing all the load balancer input inbound and allow the VNet inbound. So this is a by default inbound security rule and outbound security rule when you are creating an NSG. So you can add your own inbound and outbound security rule. So let me go and add an inbound and outbound security rule. So let me go into the inbound security rule. So as I say, that's an application server. I need a port number 80 need to be enabled. So let me go into the destination port range and enable the 80. So let me name this the port number 80 to be enabled, and you can either allow the port number or you can go and deny the port number. In my case, I will be going to allow this port number. Or if you want to see what all the different port number options here. So if you want to use this network security group into one of your virtual machine that you need to be access to an SSH, then you need to go and enable the port number 22. Or if you're creating this network security group for your database, then you need to enable, if you are using a SQL DB, then you need to enable the port number 1433, right? So okay, so let me go and enable this port number 80. I'm just going to add this inbound security rule, and I'll be going creating an security port number to SSH this subnet. So let me go and enable the port number 22 for that. So if you see that the two security groups are being added into my inbound security group, in the same way I can go and add the security rule for my outbound. Just go and click on the add option over here, and I can specify the port number or a destination. So I can provide an IP address or a security tab or an application security group. If you are selecting an IP address, so it will be expecting a destination IP address, so which you want to allow into the NSG. So either you can go and allow or you can go and deny that particular IP address range or a port number range. All right, so let me go into that virtual network and how we can go and tag this NSG into our virtual network. Let me go into that VNet 1 which we created. And if you remember, we created two subnet, one for my application and another for the database. Let me go into the app subnet, and I'm going to select the network security group what we created for NSG for app. So whatever the inbound and outbound rule, I will be specifying that it will be applied for this subnet. So whatever the virtual machine or an app service I'm going to be tagged with this subnet will be having a port number 80, and the SSH port will be enabled on that. So that's all about this virtual network. In an upcoming video, I can discuss you about the virtual network gateway and VPN and express route. That's all from my side. Thank you.